Okay, I figured I'd do another video, just kind of going over the little bit that I've done the last couple of weeks. Probably should have watched the last video because I have no clue what I talked about and what was left off because I am skilled like that. So just been working. Haven't got as much done as I wanted to. Run into a lot more complications with the property, with the house, things like that. Nothing major. Just my pickup truck decided that the Magnum V8 in it was going to do Magnum V8 things, and so it's kind of hasn't gone full blown destroyed head, but it's kind of on the DL. No one told me that the cleared field area that came with the property, that was supposed to be pasture, farmland, grazing land, whatever you want to call it, was so poorly graded that it's, the Great Dismal Swamp of southern Ohio. So ended up having a few complications with things involving that. But we're here for garage stuff, so let's look and see what I got here. Okay, so whether or not you can tell, I don't know. Sorry about the creaking. We have cleared out a lot more floor space. It may not look like it. It doesn't look like it to me most days, but it is cleared out. We have more stuff on shelves, up and in place. The creepy murder closet is officially a functional, nice place. I still got leaks in it because all I got is spray foam up in there right now, but I'll get that taken care of. It's fine. You can't tell from the outside. There's other problems. Let's see. I believe I had those cabinets up. I hung up a piece of board and strapped peg hooks to it for all my abrasives, or at least cutting wheels and grinding wheels. Maybe not all my abrasives, but that stuff. I still got that stove right there that'll probably never be hooked up till next year. This guy's new. These I built. I guess if you actually care and you look at Instagram, I got pictures of it up. But they're both all metal cabinets. Let's see, can I get anything in here? Oh, I made a top for it out of leftover utility hardwood from when we redid the laundry room in this house. It's not great, but it'll serve the job. So I got all my shop manuals. All my shop manuals and stuff in there. A little surplus wire. Got my soldering iron up here. And in this one, we got the rest of my torque wrenches. What is this thing called? The Tornado Twister or something like that. It's for like pulling CV shafts with an air hammer. And then most all of my electrical wiring stuff. I don't know that it's going to stay here, but for right now, it's really nice. And it's been in cardboard boxes for way too many years at too many previous houses. We got a rack thing built. Oh yeah, my IKEA coat rack for all my helmets and welding stuff. I got my grinder holder on the wall. I got my saw holder on the wall. Got some more signage hung. Got my nice little aluminum shelf with my drill bits hung up. The drill press will eventually get placed there. It's just taking up space for right now. This guy, I really need to get this. I like the railroad tie anvil. I really do. Never had an anvil. Always wanted one. These are awesome. This is what all the old guys used to use when I was growing up. The stump is rotted, and I don't know. I got to get these railroad ties out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up cutting them off, but if anybody has an idea on an easier way, maybe I'll just cut the wood off around the railroad ties. That might be simpler. Got the bench put back together. It had a leg break in the back while during shipping. And while it's not the prettiest build or repair job, it's all bracketed back together. Nice. I got this big cabinet that we scavenged out of the laundry room hung up. I actually went to the hardware store, and down there you can see my Milwaukee portaband conversion table thingy. Makes it a horizontal portaband or horizontal bandsaw out of your portaband. I actually bought black iron pipe so I can make legs to go on the bottom of it and stand it up. Built this set of shelves up here. Also doubles as some support for that big thing. Got my screws and not all my screws. Mostly stainless, SAE and metric, and then like Tapcons and specialty stuff. A little bit of my air sanders, my little bit of body stuff. What the heck is that thing? Oh, my Dremel tool. Still got all these guys in here. All my jacks lined up, nice neat order. Put up just, quick. Just junk 2x4s, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but this one in the middle, oh, finger. This one in the middle goes whoop like that. Because these are all scrap junk 2x4s. They, they're not for structure, they're not for load. They just need to go up on the wall and hold other pieces of wood securely. It's fine that they're warped or twisted or anything else. But we got air hose, we got vacuum hose, we got welder extension cords, and we got big regular old extension cords. Stuff left over. Still haven't finished all the trim in the house. Air compressor is not hooked up. Let's turn you around slowly. So the air compressor is going to go actually about where that brown bracket is against the wall. It's going to go right about there. But I wanted to leave all this area open for the most part. I mean, that's just a little shelf that can be moved. I want to leave it all open. That way, if I change my mind, move it one way, don't, whatever. I've got the ability. Let's see. All that's pretty well the same. I don't think anything's really changed over there. I got more up in the overhead. I was able to mount my giant brass shell casing. That thing's pretty cool. No idea what it came off of, but found it disassembling an old machine shop. Nobody wanted it, so I thought it was cool enough to claim it. One of the big things that's going to be difficult in here going forward is, for the time being, my lawn equipment. So my zero turn, my push mower, my chainsaws over there. I used those this morning. I was cutting and splitting wood. And then all the stuff I've got in the little closet room back here. My cutoff saw. All that I used to have a really big shed, and all of that fit nicely into the shed. It was a 10x10 shed, and it had a 9x11 lean-to off the side of it. So the mowers, the ladders, that stuff went into the pressure washer. That stuff went in the lean-to. I had plenty of space to store chainsaws and everything else on the other side. Here, I know I've probably mentioned that I have a lot of buildings. This is like a 28 by 34, not counting the weird little extension on the back, garage. And then I have like a 30 by 40 bank barn that my wife is going to end up using for woodworking stuff. And I have a little tiny 8 by 8 shed way at the back, the house, way at the opposite end of the house. Oh, I got a little animal shelter down there. This is my field across the little 2-lane. And then I got that horse barn, cattle barn, whatever you want to call it. And I've got the woodshed. And I know it's a lot, and I know it's a lot of space, and I know it's a lot of places, but a lot of it is open, and a lot of it is inconvenient for the access that I need it to have. It doesn't make sense to put chainsaws in the shed. No, I got traffic. It doesn't make sense to put chainsaws in the shed that's past. There's a gazebo down there. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's a gazebo down there. There's a 8 by 8 shed just past the gazebo. Doesn't make sense to put chainsaws and the axes and stuff down there when I need them back here and over there. No, it's not long. Call me lazy. It's fine. But it's not worth driving a vehicle the 3 acres or 2 acres or whatever that ends up being to get things done. It's like a little bit of my woodland property here. So what I want to do is get a larger shed to go at the other end of the house, probably a 12 by 12, or maybe even a 12 by, like a rectangular one, a 12 by 14, 12 by 16. Then I need to get, as you can see, I got a lot of stuff to clear out, and I have more maples back here, sugar maples specifically. So tap them, make syrup. It's great. That'll probably happen in a couple of years. But the goal is get a new shed at the other end of the house. I'm rambling. Clear this junk pile out. Put the 8x8 shed in here so that all my chainsaws and stuff are close to where I need them. Get to a point where I can work on the horse barn enough, kind of set some gating out. I'll try to zoom in. Let's see. Okay, look, you can see. So there's a green, can I get my finger in? Right there. There's a green ag gate, and then over there's another green ag gate. I got to add 2 posts in between, so where that wood fencing stops and where the brown dark line is one of the old poles. I got to put a post in between it on that side, and basically the same thing on that side where the wood fence and the pole is, and that'll hold those 2 green ag gates. And I'll clear everything out on the inside, and that'll be where, like, my chipper, my stump grinder, when I buy my tractor, and probably even my truck will go in there, any implements for the tractor, things of that nature. Zoom back out. The magic of science. But it needs a roof. It's got a giant hole in the back roof, and it's not graded very well. Nobody's kept up with the grading anyway prior to me. So I have to regrade that hole off of the street, because as it is right now, it just runs down the hill off the street, straight through the barn, and it's taking its toll. There's a lot of wood rot in there. Couple that with the fact that it's got a giant hole in the back of it, and then right here across the front, the gutters aren't hooked up anymore because soffit's, faceboard's missing, soffit's missing. The roof's coming loose, so it clatters and bangs every time there's a windstorm. Just general lack of maintenance. So I've got to do that. I also need to try to build out this driveway just a little bit as I get back over this way. This is a convenient little path, by the way, just to get down to the horse barn. But this stuff's got to all be built back up. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty well, just eroded out, just washed out. So that's on the agenda. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to build a big bulkhead thing, and then just backfill until it's where I want it. Looks like I've rambled long enough. I'm coming up on the 15-minute mark, so I need to stop because I still only have my phone. I don't know. It's only going to be 8 degrees tomorrow. Maybe I'll stay inside and edit. The Dodge, like I said, the Magnum is starting to do Magnum things. So it's time to come out and get some loving. I still got to figure out the well system that's going on. That's that thing over there. And we've got to got a concrete guy coming out to price out a pad here. So I'm not working in the gravel. It would go from the end of the garage to where the propane tank pad is. So it's like 15 by 25 or something like that. Waiting to get a price on that. But yeah, that's about where the garage is coming right now. Like I say, now it seems stupid that I don't have enough space, and I'm kind of whining and complaining, and I should feel privileged and everything else, but it's the space that I have is not ideal to the uses that I need. So it's the work and the effort that go into making it ideal to what I need.